Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Football Now, a new YouTube channel where we run you through the latest round of Premier League fixtures, talk you through the betting odds, and give our own predictions. Say our predictions, as you can see this week, it is just me. Connor is not here, unfortunately. He's covering the darts over at Darts Now, our affiliated darts channel. We've got a number of different channels across different sports, which we will drop in the description below if you want to see everything that's going on over there. Unfortunately, though, it is just me this week. We did look to find a number of guests to fill in for Connor. Unfortunately, we couldn't get hold of anyone. He has sent me over, though, his predictions for all the 10 games this weekend, so we can keep up our head-to-head prediction tally. As you can see on the screen now, I'm 9 points ahead right now. Connor has clawed it back, though. I think it was 10 points before the international break, before our final set of predictions, before the international break. And so he's slowly catching up on me. I'm hoping to pull away again this week. Let us know your own thoughts about all these games, all these videos, which you will find over on the channel at Football Now. Like I said, we're doing one video for each game as we do each week. So do get involved and let us know your own thoughts. You can follow us now on social media too, on Twitter, Football Now 1_, on the Instagram, Football Now Insta. We're still at very early stages of developing those platforms. But yeah, the more people and the more followers we can get over there and the more traction, we are really looking to increase our content over there in the coming weeks. You can see by the title of this video, Manchester City hosting Liverpool. That says 5:30. That's wrong. It's 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. Huge game at the top of the table between these two sides. We know how tight it's been between them over the last 4 or 5 years. They've always been thereabouts, haven't they? Not many points separating them on most occasions. The head-to-head as well. We know how important head-to-heads can be in the Premier League, whether it be at the top of the table or the bottom of the table, fighting for European places, etc. Some huge implications. Got the odds on screen. Of course, you can see Man City there coming in at 8-11, a draw 7-2, and Liverpool getting the away win at 7-2. Liverpool not got the greatest record at the Etihad in recent years. I don't think Manchester City are rightly coming in favourites. You can understand that. Obviously sitting top of the Premier League table too, which I'm about to bring up on screen now. You can see them both there. I don't even need to do any scrolling. Just a point separating them. I think if you're Liverpool and you're Jurgen Klopp, first of all, you're over the moon with that. Actually, you take that 12 points in, level or joint second with Liverpool, with Arsenal. Slightly ahead on goal difference. See Tottenham and Aston Villa slightly below them as well. Man City predictably sitting top in 12 after 12 games. But after the season Liverpool had, I think they'd have absolutely taken that to be within touching distance and the chance to head towards the end of November at the top of the Premier League if they can go and snatch a victory at the Etihad this weekend. Just looking through the injuries here as well on a separate screen, you can't see Kevin De Bruyne and John Stones are ruled out through injury for Manchester City. There are questions also over Nathan Ake, Ederson, Sergio Gomez, Haaland, Kovacic, and Mateus Nunes. Questions. I say questions. I'm pretty confident the majority of those will be featuring. Certainly Erling Haaland. Obviously, he didn't feature for Norway over the international break, but I think reports have come out in recent days suggesting he should be fine to make the trip. I say the trip. They're at home, but at the Etihad. Looking at Liverpool's injuries, Bajcetic, Jones, Robertson, and Thiago all ruled out. Questions over Joe Gomez, Gravenberch, and Konate. I think I'm right in saying that those last three did train today. I think I'm right in saying that, so it's possible that they will come in at the Etihad. We've mentioned there the Premier League table. Look at the results. We took, first of all, obviously we just had an international break. Man City had a very, very entertaining 4-4 draw away at Chelsea, didn't they? Before all the players flew off around the world to represent their countries. It sounds strange because, again, Chelsea away, never an easy place to go. But with the levels and the margins and the fine margins at the top of the Premier League that we've seen in recent years, particularly between Manchester City and Liverpool, obviously, they've been vying it, a number of years now. That's been the main rivalry at the top of the Premier League, even though Man City have come out on top on most occasions. Every point counts. Every point does count. And if you're Man City, well, I would say they'd be feeling the pressure. I think they're used to the pressure, aren't they? They won the treble last year. But I'm sure they'll want to return to winning ways quickly. this weekend. We know they lost to Arsenal, who are also in the title race as it stands. It looks as though they'll be back up there competing towards the end of the season in October. They lost away at Arsenal. You certainly, Pep won't want to be making habit of losing regularly to the size that he's competing with at that top end of the table. Just getting Liverpool's last few results up to 3-0 home win against Brentford before the international break earlier this month. Before that, they dropped points away at Luton, at the start of November, and obviously lose away to Toulouse in the Europa League in the group stage. Like I said at the start of the video, I think Jurgen Klopp will be very, very happy overall with the way the season's going, particularly given the context of the summer transfer window. Obviously, some big names leaving in midfield. Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, obviously the likes of Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner are also going out. I think that midfield refresh was desperately needed. They bring in McAllister and Szoboszlai and eventually Gravenberch. Obviously, there was that situation with Caicedo, who eventually ended up going to Chelsea. But yeah, I think Jurgen Klopp will be satisfied so far with how the season is going. And if they can go and get a result, a draw is not the worst result at all. I've always said, since I've been doing these videos with Connor, if Liverpool can be within touching distance of Man City heading into Christmas and give himself that best possible chance then to kick off in the second half of the season, I think Jurgen Klopp would absolutely take that. But if they can go and get a win at the Etihad, that'd be not only would it be a big 3 points, but it'd be a big statement to Liverpool, to Man City, and Arsenal to say, look, we're back now. We are. The last season it was a blip. We freshened up that midfield. We're ready to push you at the top end of that Premier League table. You're in for a fight. It's a 3-horse race at least this year. Obviously, Tottenham and Aston Villa are also within touching distance too. We'll see how they fare. I think they actually play each other as well the day after. We'll come on to that into another video. Check that out on the channel. We'll be out soon. But yeah, it's certainly an interesting match at the Etihad, won't it? I think, like I said, it'll be almost a measuring stick to see just where this Liverpool side are, because there have been, at times they look very, very good. At other times they haven't looked, especially in midfield. I think there are still question marks rightly over that number 6 position. McAllister's been generally filling that. Away from home, particularly, he has really struggled at times. I think of the Wolves game, the Brighton game, he looked like he was really struggling with the pace. Obviously, he's not a natural 6. I think that's certainly an area which Jurgen Klopp will be looking to bolster in, perhaps in January. There were reports originally about Andre from Fluminense. Those reports seem to have gone, all the interest seems to have cooled, suggesting that Liverpool aren't going to go in for him. So we'll see. That midfield battle, though, is going to be key. And we know what Man City are like. They're a machine, aren't they? They've lost a few big names last year, like Riyad Mahrez, Ilkay Gundogan, but you look at the likes of Doku coming in. And, down that right-hand side at Tsimikas, that's an area. I think for Liverpool, Kostas Tsimikas needs to be on his game. If he is to play at left-back, I assume he will be starting. If you're to keep the likes of Doku or Grealish, whoever it is, out in those wide positions, that could be where the game's won and lost. Obviously, the same can be said of Trent Alexander-Arnold on the other side. It's a big, big, big match, this. And we've spoken, like I said at the top of the video, these games, these head-to-head games can be where the difference is made. Obviously, the bulk of the points are made up against the other sides in the Premier League, but especially when you see the levels that these two have set over the last 4 or 5 years, there's a natural rivalry between the two clubs. Big implications riding on this match for both sides. I'm going to go fourth. I'll give you Connor's prediction first of all. I'll get it up on my phone. Like I said, he'll be interested. He'll be looking to pull this back. He has gone for a home victory. A 3-1 win for Manchester City is what Connor is backing. I'm going to be optimistic. Obviously, a Liverpool fan. I'm going to back Jurgen Klopp to go there into nick 3 points in an entertaining game. I'm going to go 3-2 away win for Liverpool. Hopefully, I can extend my lead at the top of the head-to-head predictor table. Let us know as well your own thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? What's your prediction? How do you expect the rest of the season to pan out for these two sides? And we will see you, or I will see you, in the other videos from all the games this weekend. So check them all out over on the channel. Like I said, check out our other channels for the darts, British Boxing TV, Darts Now, MMA Now, Racing Now. all of those down below, and odds now as well. We've got an odds now channel which we started up last night. Very early stages, but we're looking to grow these over the coming months. So we appreciate the support over there, and hopefully you'll enjoy the content we pump out. I'll see you in the next video.